Before we begin our lessons on alchemy, I wanted to just give you a quick background on alchemy itself. And for any student that's going to begin any type of practice in alchemy, it's important for you to understand the theory and the background, the history of the art. And I'm going to be reading just a couple of pages from this book called Real Alchemy by Robert Allen Bartlett. I think this is a great book for beginners, for people just getting started in the arts of alchemy. There are a lot of books out there that have been written, and I've read a few of them. And I think that this is probably one of the easiest ones to understand. I don't get any, kickbacks or commission or money for recommending this author's book. I just really think that it's put together very well for even a simple mind like mine to understand these concepts. Okay, and I think that if anyone wanted to get started in alchemy, this is a great book to get you started. Now, there's a couple pages in here that are pulled from um, very ancient texts that I've already read myself, and so the fact that he included this text in his book makes it easier for me to deliver this knowledge to you. Okay, I want to start off by talking about the fact that when it comes to alchemy, it was it really started off as Kamiya. It was called Kamiya a long time ago, and it was because the art started off in Kemet, which we now call Egypt. And when the Roman Empire decided to start slaughtering all of the original Christians and converting people by the sword to their version of Christianity, a lot of the people that practiced Kamiya had to flee, and those people that those alchemists ended up, or those chemists, chemists, they fled to the Persian lands, and they were a lot more friendly to the arts and those people, and that's where the al came from in alchemy. Okay, so that's where the name started to change from there, and from and then throughout history, alchemy was taught to a lot of smart people over the years. Sir Isaac Newton, he was an alchemist as well, and a lot of people don't realize that. If you take a science class in high school or college, you'll probably be referencing some of Isaac Newton's work, and he was an alchemist. There were some early governors in North America when the country was first founded that were actually alchemists as well. Alchemy really pretty much uh, lost its flame, I would say, in the 80s, maybe 1984, I think. The last school that that official institute that taught alchemy closed down, and so chemistry really just blew up and became the even more mainstream way of studying the elements of nature. Chemistry is the child of alchemy. Okay, and now I want to read some read some text out of this book that came from Hermes, the Greek deity they call Hermes, also known as Thoth, also known as, by many names, Metatron, you know, and Jehudi, uh, all different types of names. So I want to just break. I think this passage that he wrote was very important, and I'm talking about Hermes. And if you just listen very closely, I think, and let your mind soak in his words, you'll begin to understand what we're about to get into in these lessons. This is coming from the Verba Secatorum Hermetis. It is true, certain, and without falsehood, that whatever is below is like that which is above, and that which is above is like that which is below, to accomplish the one wonderful work. As all things are derived from the one only thing, by the will and by the word of the one only one who created it in his mind, So all things owe their existence to the unity by the order of nature and can be improved by adaptation to that mind. Its father is the sun, its mother is the moon. The wind carries it in its womb, and its nurse is the earth. This thing is the father of all perfect things in the world. Its power is most perfect when it has again been changed into earth. Separate the earth from the fire, the subtle from the gross, but carefully and with great judgment and skill. These are words to reflect on, okay? It ascends from earth to heaven and descends again, newborn, to the earth, taking unto itself thereby the power of the above and the below. Thus the splendor of the whole world will be thine, and all darkness shall flee from thee. This is the strongest of all powers, the force of all forces, for it overcometh all subtle things and can penetrate all that is solid. For thus was the world created, and rare combinations and wonders of many kinds are wrought. Hence I am called Hermes Trismegistus, having mastered the three parts of the wisdom of the whole world. What I have to say about the masterpiece of the alchemical art, the solar work, is now ended. That was a lot to take in, but it's very important to reflect on everything he said on that, because that was so symbolic and so deep that it really talks about the circle of life, the cycle of life, and how life evolves, how life continues to be reborn, and that's the same for us. And the purpose of alchemy is so that we can understand our place in this world and in this universe and our connection to our source light, our creator, the one, the all, God, Allah, whoever, whatever you want to call the force that created everything that lives. And from this understanding, you'll understand where religion came from and how these religions evolved. Because you'll even see this same truth inside of the religious text, the Bible, the Torah, the Quran. These religious texts were put together by men who came together and decided what knowledge they were going to put on paper and make law for the land at that time. And as time progressed, that religious perspective continued to be passed on to generation to generation to generation. Since we were born on this earth, we were told to believe these stories as truth, from fear of damnation and going to hell, being being forsaken by whatever version of God you were told to believe. Because think about this: no matter what country you come from, if you were born in another country, you would have been told to worship God in a different way, and you would have believed with all of your heart that that is the real version of God. But there's a method, a way to really get close to God if that's what you really want. And that is the study of life and how life continues to evolve. And then you will realize that God is within each and every one of us. And you will realize that which is above is also below, which means that you too are all of the above and below. A leaf connected to the tree of life. And if you are connected to a tree of life, then you are the tree. If you're a leaf that has fallen from the tree, then you are a leaf of that tree that's fallen from that tree. But when that leaf is connected, you're the tree. That's the simple reflection, a very simple, small fractal of understanding that you can gain from this. I also want to point out something from the Kabbalion as well. Only by mental creation can the all manifest the universe and still remain the all. The all meaning God. Because there are beings on other worlds that refer to God, creator, source as the all, because it's hard to give God a definition. God doesn't have just one name, and it's hard to define God. It's impossible to define God because God is always evolving. And so the universe, the beings that are connected to the light, that actually walk in the light, have collectively decided to refer to the creator as the all, because the creator is the all that is, and all that ever will be, and all that ever was, all at the same time. For if a substance was used or acted upon, it would be separate, and the all would not be all. I'll read that part again. Only by mental creation can the all manifest the universe and still remain the all. For if a substance was used or acted upon, it would be separate, and the all would not be all. What we call matter is only that portion of the all we apprehend through our senses. It is only a label we use to designate the manifestation of the all within the range of our limited sensory apparatus. All things are connected but separated only by the rates of vibration. Each one of us is a unique and complex waveform, though but we also share many of the same harmonics. Like fingerprints, we are unique but all related. Modern science takes advantage of this fact in order to identify materials by their vibratory nature in the form of spectral resonances, invisible light, infrared microwaves, etc. Einstein once said, "Everything is energy. Beyond that is divine." It's very important. We live in a vast ocean of energy, and everything seen and unseen is a part of that. The alchemists called this energy the celestial fire, the prima materia, the first matter, chaos, and many others. Everything around us, though it seems separate and different from ourselves, is one only one. All is from one, is the first law of hermetics. The second law of hermetics is polarity, and this is very important. The one reflecting on itself creates the first movement towards polarity. The division of the one into a most subtle spiritualized energy and dense material energy, the one divided into spirit and matter. Today we might call this energy and matter, which are the same. The second law of hermetics is the law of polarity. One of the earliest observations of nature was that everything has its opposite: day, night, male, female, hot, cold, wet, dry, etc. The one divides into active and passive modes, with the active energy constituting, constituting, oh gosh, I messed that up, constituting the energies of life, and the passive one the energy of matter. Consider the image of a sine wave, two opposite energies but one wave. So I think that this is a very good introduction into understanding what we're about to talk about in these other lessons. And I wanted to deliver these lessons and these videos to you, you know, raw, uncut, me being myself, because I want to show you that, you see, religion wants to portray, you know, if you're going to be if you're going to be considered a Christian or a true devout servant of God, no matter what religion you are to be a perfect servant. And if you sin, you have betrayed God, and you need to be punished, and you must remain perfect on this path. And we go through life just, beating ourselves up, beating each other up. And I want to show you that even though I carry a little bit of knowledge and wisdom, that I'm no different from you. I consider myself as all of the above and below, but I am still human while I'm here in the flesh. I make mistakes. I'm not perfect. I still have a shadow. And it's up to me. It's in this life experience, it offers me the opportunity to continue to figure out who I am and learn from my shadow, learn from my mistakes, learn from my insecurities, my imperfections, and continue to exalt myself through spiritual alchemy. And I think that if I can be the walking example of the imperfect man, then I can inspire others that feel like they don't deserve the grace and the love and the knowledge and the wisdom of uh, the all, our creator, the divine. I want you to know that you are all worthy. And I'm not trying to, create a cult or a religion or anything like that. Hermetics is just a school of thought. So they call it hermetics, but it's really what I'm teaching you is the nature of life and the cycle of life. I don't like putting a label on it because I will be talking about stuff that comes from, the Emerald Tablets, the Hermetica, the Kabbalion, even the Holy Bible. What I'm showing you is the connection to all of these fractals, these angles, and showing you how you can draw a connection back to a single source of truth. And that is the light. And the light is our goal. So I hope you enjoyed this short introduction, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the lessons. And I hope you learned something, and I want you to be able to take the knowledge that and wisdom that I'm going to be showing you, and be able to apply it to your life. And once you're able to apply it to your life, and you're able to exalt your own spirit and better yourself in mind, body, and soul, you can also become a beacon of light in your own circle and become a leader in this world and help lead the world out of this darkness and back to the light and help raise the vibration back to where it once was. And I think that is is how we can save the world. One mind at a time, starting with ourselves. Thank you for listening on this message.